Hey, welcome to the Rocket Raygun Awards for 2018 here on EPN. I'm Victor Lucas, and we've been having a blast doling out all kinds of awards for all kinds of awesome games for this year. We're moving on to our next category, which is Best Nintendo Switch Game. And a note here, this doesn't have to be exclusive to Nintendo Switch. These are games that just play exceptionally well on this particular platform. Let's take a look at EPN's nominees. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, developed by Bandai Namco Studios, and Sora, published by Nintendo. Celeste, developed and published by Map Makes Games. Dead Cells, developed and published by Motion Twin. Owlboy, developed and published by D-Pad Studio. Hollow Knight, developed and published by Team Cherry. All right, a lot of awesome indie games in this particular category. The Switch really proved itself to be an excellent platform for indie entertainment, and I'm going to give you our winner for Best Switch Game of the Year. But first, we have to hear from our community.
One of my favorite games on the Nintendo Switch this year has been Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and its counterpart Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, which I haven't played, but I played the Pikachu one and it's pretty much the same game. You know how Pokemon is. They released 2 titles and there's characters and Pokemon that you can only get in one, and then you got to trade with a friend so you can catch them all and be the very best like no one ever was. And I've been having a lot of fun with this title since it came out. I love the fact that you can play it on the go. This is a nice concession between the old school Pokemon games that were actually quite in-depth RPG experiences, and a nice bridge to the players who actually play Pokemon Go on their mobile phones. And there's still quite a lot of them around Toronto, and I see people play this almost every time that I'm out. Something that I really like about this game is that there's this new Pokeball Plus accessory, and you can play the entire game just using the Pokeball. So it leaves your other hand open for snacks, which you gotta be eating while you're playing video games. Try to keep it healthy, though.
The honor for Best Nintendo Switch Game, in my opinion, is Smash Bros. Ultimate. This game waves some sort of magic wand to deliver 65 unique characters worth of combat. That's insane for a fighting game, to achieve balance and character diversity, but getting everybody back along with new characters, there are so many mechanics to pick through just to have fun with the base feeling of fighting against friends. And that says nothing for the rest of the single-player campaign, which just keeps the game going and going.
Has to be Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Not only it's a fun fighting game, it has all those cool unique characters and all those old stages coming back in HD graphics, but it's a love letter from Nintendo, especially from all the different graphics and music. It just makes me happy inside, and there is no other game in 2018 that even came close to how much I loved Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on the Nintendo Switch.
Gee, let me think. Dead Cells? Yes. Why? Because Dead Cells is amazing. It's finally out for everyone to play on everything. Download it on your Switch, on your consoles. Download, take it with you on the go. Dead Cells, more Dead Cells.
Octopath Traveler. And the reason for that is that just plays off my nostalgia of Final Fantasy 4 and 6 from my Super Nintendo days growing up in that. This game feels just like how I remember Final Fantasy 6. I know they're completely different games, but this is what it feels like. This just feels new, this new immersive experience with that old style graphics with some of the 3D. I just love that.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and it's just because not only is it one of the biggest fighting games of the year, but it's also just got such a great balance to it. Getting in matches online, playing on the hundreds of different stages, and listening to the over 1,000 soundtrack pieces is so freaking great. But honestly, when it really comes down to it, it's just about picking Link and smashing all of my friends' faces in.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I mean, it is ridiculous. The roster is gigantic with so many characters. You will go over all of them. It will take 100 hours easily before you choose the character you want to use when you battle against friends. And the best part is, battle against friends anywhere because it's on the Switch. Pull the controllers out and boom, you're playing anywhere. Second of all, there's so much content in this game. I just am blown away by it.
So my pick for best Switch game of the year is going to be Super Mario Party. Recently played it at our Thanksgiving with a group of friends, and it really lived up to the initial pitch that Nintendo had with the Switch, where you take it to a rooftop and then set it up and then play a bunch of games with your friends. Mario Party, much more so that experience than anything like 1-2 Switch or anything.
I had to go with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This is a packed game. It's on a tiny cartridge, but it has a ton of stuff to unlock and do in this game. Over 74 characters, 103 stages, which are just going to keep growing with downloadable content, and over 1,000 tracks of music. You're always doing something in this game. And I mean, it's Smash Bros. We all have fun playing it.
If you're going to talk about the best Nintendo Switch game of the year, there are dozens of games I think that make a compelling argument for that being their title. But in the end, right, it's got to be Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Like, the way that game has unified this office around the one TV in the back lounge, the fact that we all want to get through our work as fast as possible to sit there and play hours on end just so Nick can suck someone in his Kirby and then fly off the stage and spit them out. We want to stream it. We want to play it. When we're not playing here, we'll go to somebody's house and play. Like, when we're not playing together, we all play individually to come back together and play. Smash Brothers, I think, you know, yes, it's got the benefit of nostalgia on its side, but it's also got the bones, the DNA of just an amazing game.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. The new vast roster of characters playable in Smash is a dream come true, not only to me, but any gamer out there. The franchise itself holds a special place in my heart. I bonded with many friends over this game, and it's my pick.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I was very surprised with the additions of the new characters. The music sounded very awesome, the online play very smooth, an amazing game to play either at home or on the go.
There are so many great games out there on the Switch. Just check out the eShop. There's lots of cool sales. Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. It never gets old to punch Nazis or shoot them. If you're into a bit more of a frustrating gameplay experience, check out N++. I really liked A Night in the Woods too. Kind of a slow burn of a creepy game with very cute characters, but there's some very mature and unexpected themes in that one if you haven't actually played it before. So there's a lot to play on the Nintendo Switch.
All right, a lot of picks for Smash there. We got another one, actually. Paul Adamson wrote in and said Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is his pick for best Switch game of the year. Let's take a look at our nominees here. Celeste, developed and published by Map Makes Games. Unbelievable platformer, really, really well designed. It's an amazing game, and it's already won some Rocket and Raygun Awards. Dead Cells is Jose's obsession. He's talked about this one a lot, and I've played a hell of a lot of Dead Cells this year, as I'm sure many of you Switch fans have as well. Excellent game, and it's a great fit on the Nintendo platform. Owlboy, I would say exactly the same thing about it. It's been around for a while because it was, I think, first published in 2016, but it made its way to consoles this year, especially on the Nintendo Switch, and that's where I played it. Really lovely game. And Hollow Knight is, again, another Metroidvania, but with some different design ideas. This Dark Soulsian challenge that it's got is really compelling and frustrating. You'll die often, but it's so cool and so mysterious and evocative and moody and really, really wonderful game. But I think it's pretty clear the reason why we are doing Nintendo Switch a little bit later in the week is we wanted to give people a little bit of time to play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, because we had a feeling that Nintendo was going to kill it with this game, and they have. This title is so fantastic. It's so loaded with content, so loaded with delight and surprise and laughs and challenge, and great as a single-player game. It's fantastic as a multiplayer game. It's a party game. It's honestly, it's like a living, breathing Christmas tree. There's just gifts all over the place underneath this thing. So much fun. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, you are much more than just a fighting game, and you truly live up to your name. You are our Rocket and Raygun Award winner for Best Nintendo Switch Game of 2018.